Welcome back to our channel, where we delve into groundbreaking research topics. Today, we'll be exploring a subject that affects the very foundation of organizations, the impact of resilient leadership on employee engagement and organizational performance. Explanation of research topic. Resilient leadership is an essential aspect of fostering a positive work environment and enhancing organizational outcomes. The ability of leaders to adapt, navigate challenges, and support their teams during turbulent times has a profound impact on employee engagement and, consequently, organizational performance. Real-world examples. Example 1. After experiencing a significant financial setback, Company A's CEO demonstrated resilient leadership by openly communicating with employees, encouraging innovation, and promoting a culture of teamwork. As a result, employee morale increased, leading to enhanced engagement and productivity, eventually aiding the company in recovering and exceeding its pre-crisis performance levels. Example 2. In contrast, Company B's leadership reacted to a crisis by avoiding communication with employees, leading to a lack of direction and trust among the workforce. This resulted in disengagement, high turnover rates, and a decline in overall organizational performance. Chapter 1. Introduction. The first chapter of any research study sets the foundation and creates a clear path for the rest of the investigation. Let's explore the key components of Chapter 1. Introduction. Research problem. The research problem identifies the issue or gap that the study aims to address. For example, the limited understanding of how resilient leadership impacts employee engagement and organizational performance hinders organizations from effectively implementing practices that foster a resilient work environment. Research significance. Research significance emphasizes the relevance and potential impact of the study. For instance, understanding the role of resilient leadership in employee engagement and organizational performance will provide valuable insights for leaders to create adaptive and supportive workplaces, ultimately leading to increased productivity and sustainable success. Research questions. Research questions guide the investigation and are derived from the research problem. Here are 3 sample research questions. How does resilient leadership influence employee engagement levels? What is the relationship between employee engagement and organizational performance? How can organizations promote and cultivate resilient leadership traits among their leaders? Research objectives. Research objectives outline the specific goals the study aims to achieve. Here are 3 sample research objectives. To examine the impact of resilient leadership on employee engagement within the organization. To analyze the correlation between employee engagement levels and overall organizational performance. To identify strategies and best practices for fostering resilient leadership qualities among organizational leaders. Research rationale. The research rationale explains why the study is worth conducting and how it contributes to existing knowledge. Given the increasing complexity of the modern business landscape, understanding the dynamics between resilient leadership, employee engagement, and organizational performance is crucial for companies seeking to thrive and sustain success amidst various challenges. Chapter 2. Literature review. Chapter 2, the literature review, plays a pivotal role in demonstrating the researcher's knowledge of existing theories, concepts, and empirical studies related to the research topic. It helps build a strong theoretical foundation for the study. Subtopics in the literature review. Definition of resilient leadership. This section should define and explain the concept of resilient leadership, emphasizing its importance in contemporary organizations. The impact of resilient leadership on employee engagement. This subsection explores the relationship between resilient leadership and its influence on employee engagement levels. Example research studies show that leaders who demonstrate resilience and support during challenging times foster a sense of trust and loyalty among employees, leading to higher levels of engagement. Resilient leadership and organizational performance. This part investigates how resilient leadership practices directly correlate with improved organizational performance and success. Example organizations with leaders who display resilience tend to have higher employee satisfaction, increased productivity, and overall better financial performance. Theories and models on resilient leadership. In this section, researchers can incorporate theories and models relevant to the study, such as the psychological capital theory or the adaptive leadership model. Example: the psychological capital theory posits that leaders who exhibit high levels of psychological capital, including resilience, optimism, hope, and self-efficacy, are more likely to inspire and motivate their employees to excel in challenging situations. Research gap. The literature review must identify the gaps in existing research to justify the need for the current study. It highlights what is missing or underexplored in the literature. Example: although previous studies have explored the relationship between leadership styles and employee engagement, few have focused specifically on the role of resilient leadership in enhancing employee engagement and its subsequent impact on organizational performance. Chapter 3: Methodology. Chapter 3, the methodology, is crucial as it outlines the research design and approach employed to gather and analyze data. Suitable conceptual framework. The conceptual framework establishes the relationships between the independent variable, resilient leadership, and the dependent variable, employee engagement and organizational performance. For example, independent variables: leadership resilience, employee engagement strategies and organizational support systems. Dependent variable: employee engagement and organizational performance. Suitable research philosophy. A research philosophy guides the researcher's perspective on the nature of reality and knowledge. For this type of research, a combination of interpretivism and pragmatism might be suitable. Suitable research approach. Researchers can choose between inductive and deductive approaches based on the nature of their study. A combination of both approaches could be beneficial to explore the topic comprehensively. Suitable research strategy. The research strategy outlines the overall plan for data collection and analysis. For this research, a mixed methods approach, combining both quantitative and qualitative methods, would provide a comprehensive understanding. Suitable research choice. Based on the research questions and objectives, the researcher can opt for a case study or a survey method to gather relevant data. Suitable data analysis method. Depending on the research approach and data collected, either quantitative methods, example regression analysis, or qualitative methods, example thematic analysis, can be used to analyze the data. Ethical considerations. Conducting research ethically is crucial to ensure the well-being and confidentiality of participants. For example, in this study, participant consent and anonymity will be ensured, and data will be securely stored to maintain confidentiality. Limitations and delimitations. Acknowledging the limitations and delimitations of the research helps readers understand the scope and potential constraints of the study. Chapter 4: Data Analysis. Chapter 4, the data analysis part, involves interpreting the collected data based on the recommended methodology. Quantitative data analysis. If you choose a quantitative approach, you can analyze the data using statistical tools. For instance, sample size plays a significant role. For an example, a sample size of 300 employees from various departments and hierarchical levels will be selected to obtain a representative sample for the quantitative survey. Qualitative data analysis. With a qualitative approach, you can analyze textual data through thematic analysis. Regarding sample size, 20 in-depth interviews will be conducted with organizational leaders to explore their experiences and perceptions of resilient leadership and its effects on employee engagement. Chapter 5: Conclusion. The conclusion chapter is the final opportunity to summarize the research findings and draw meaningful insights. The conclusion chapter serves as a key element in communicating the study's results, providing an opportunity to revisit the research questions and objectives, and offering valuable recommendations for practice. Chapter 6: Recommendations. The recommendations chapter focuses on practical implications and actionable steps based on the research findings. Effective recommendations provide organizations and leaders with tangible solutions to enhance their approach to resilient leadership, employee engagement, and overall organizational performance. Some suitable recommendations. Encourage leadership development programs. Organizations should invest in leadership development initiatives that emphasize resilience training and emotional intelligence to nurture effective leaders. Foster a culture of open communication. Organizations should promote transparent communication channels between leaders and employees to foster trust, motivation, and engagement. Employee recognition and reward systems implement recognition and reward systems that acknowledge and appreciate employees' contributions, enhancing their sense of belonging and commitment. Suggestions for future research. As we conclude this research journey, let's explore potential avenues for future investigations. Exploring the role of resilient leadership in different industries, future research could delve into how resilient leadership impacts employee engagement and organizational performance across various sectors. Long-term impact of resilient leadership. A longitudinal study could assess the long-term effects of resilient leadership practices on organizational success and employee well-being. Cross-cultural perspectives on resilient leadership. A cross-cultural study might shed light on how leadership resilience is perceived and practiced in different cultural contexts. And there you have it, a video that delves into the crucial research topic of resilient leadership's impact on employee engagement and organizational performance. For access to a preliminary version of the research topic, please follow the hyperlink provided in the description. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope this video has been informative and insightful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest research explorations. Until next time, keep learning and growing. Goodbye.